Well, a couple of us were in the same bedroom, but...
Yeah, Jeff and me were, but Ivan, he slept in what you call the man's hut. Wasn't it?
Things are pretty basic in them days. But no, 3.5 years between us all. So we sort of went through, Ivan went to high school, finished in high school at CHOOKA, and CHOOKA and me finished in the technical school at the CHOOKA.
College. Yes.
Yeah, we all started there. Yeah, he came out, when he first came out, he worked at Killamont out here. I don't know if you heard of Killamont Station, and he was actually he was a type of a butcher. He'd kill the lambs and for the meat for the workers and that. And Killamont was a big station then.
Finlay's owned it. That's why you got Finlay Road.
We didn't play a lot to start with. We all played backyard cricket and bloody, you know, just knocked around and
built a tennis court.
Our mother played a little bit of tennis, and they scraped an old dirt court down the back, and that's where I sort of started when I was going to school. And started off, and I used to have a hit there. CHOOKA wasn't all that interested in tennis, but Ivan was. So we used to knock around. That's how, in the early days, that's how we started. CHOOKA will tell you what he used to do in them days.
What was your pursuits, CHOOKA, if you weren't on the tennis court? What were you up to?
Shooting ducks.
He was a fisherman and a shooter.
Well, actually, he didn't introduce us to bowls. We just sort of went along. See, I went to school with the McCluskey boys, and their father played bowls, and Roy McCluskey said to me, "Come into bowls one night, and we'll watch them." So that was my introduction. We went in and watched them play night bowls.
Was that behind the pub?
Yes. No, not behind. Well, across the road. You know where the big Murray cot is on the shed there? That was our pavilion.
Who was the first one?
Me.
What year was that?
About 62 or 3.
And then who followed after that?
Jeppo. He was still playing tennis, but he had to go at bowls.
I used to play night bowls for about 10 years because I played tennis. They played night bowls here. The first and third Monday of every month they had night bowls, so we came in, that was our start.
Well, no, not really. But I've got that particular board at home in my shed.
Yeah, it was going to go to the tip.
So this is an honour board that was up previously?
Yeah,
well, see, they upgraded them all,
us, yeah.
And they were just going to turf it, and I got it and took it home.
Because it had Dad's name on it in the early days. Oh, bowls, yeah. You'd say I was handy at tennis, but it was in our association I was all right, and we had a few years in the Golden Valley, and we found out we weren't as good as we thought we were. They had a lot of good players there.
No, I've always been a tree man. I've always wanted to plant trees, and I did. I planted a lot, and I've studied trees, and I just love trees.
Not really. CHOOKA might. I read some and...
What, single titles? Or?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah,
it's
well,
G-tinning, G-tinning, K-tinning, K-tinning.
I can remember both mine. I played my brother Ivan in first one, that like I won, and the next one I played Jeff Cameron.
That's a couple of fairly handy scalps to have.
It was. Yeah, Jeffo and me played off together.
We played off one year. And
if I could have trialled the kitty with my last bowl, I could have given him a bit of a fright.
there was nothing in it, yeah.
Well, the only way I could describe her, she was a natural. She just was a natural bowler. She had great anticipation, or like she could just do what she wanted.
No, quite often Mari was runner-up 7 times, and I think it was before she won one, and I think it was against Elaine every year. And they'd have good games, but Elaine was a classical draw bowler. Had to be very, very good draw bowler to beat her. Anyway, she won one and said, well, that's it. But anyway, years later, she kept having a crack at it, but she only won the one and she was happy with that.
Yeah. Possibly could be, I just can't remember the dates, but I know Elaine was still playing tennis at that stage, and bowls too, of course. And we played our very first official club event. We played off in the mixed pairs championship, and we played Joe and Betty Purdy and beat them.
Wow.
Well, what you're talking mixed pairs,
Yes.
are you? Well, I think me and Mari won 7 of them, and never played with anybody else. And I think CHOOKA might be the same.
Yeah, I was the same. We always played together.
To be the pattern.
Actually speaking, we split ourselves up because we reckoned I shouldn't say this, I thought we were both bowling that good that the others wouldn't bother entering, so we split up.
Oh. Well, it speaks for himself. He played 150 games for Victoria and he didn't get dropped. He said, I've had enough. So there wasn't a bad record. And I led for him all the time. I like leading. I took it as a challenge.
Well, actually speaking, I officiated another club events. I was tied up in the tournament secretary.
So it was a harder job than president.
But it could, I don't know. I know it was bloody worrying. Tell you, I studied Bob Ayres. I liked his style, and I copied it.
Well, when I started getting into bowls, Albie Smith was playing for Victoria at the time, and he was a great bowler too. And we were lucky enough, both CHOOKA and me, he used to take us to the odd tournaments. He wouldn't tell you a real lot, but you know, he's a pretty shrewd bloke, and we then found out how well you have to play to be good.
About this time last year.
So just a year ago.
Oh, about that, yeah.
Bowling.
Forever.
Well, I'd like to bowl till I just can't bowl. I enjoy the game. And I can still remember Albie Smith. He was a really good bowler. In later years, he got dropped down a couple of grades, and I said to him, do you mind doing that? And he said, I love bowls. I'll play down at the lowest grade if I can play. And I've got the same idea myself. I don't care where I play. I enjoy the game.
Yep, I agree with that.
The bowler who you reckon could have been great and didn't get a chance to fulfil their potential?
Well, I can start off, I reckon John Fireland.
I'll second
had
that.
terrific ability. He played for about 3 years, and he could have been brilliant. But he had other interests, and he gave it away. And he was a lost cause for bowls.
Who's the most funny person that you've played bowls with over the years, Jeff?
If you're asking me, Bobby Dawson.
Okay, Jeff, what was yours?
Oh, geez, I don't know. I reckon Steve Usher.
A few people have mentioned that. The most serious bowler that you played with over the years, just winning was number one.
Probably just Cameron. He had great concentration and there was no laughter or anything. It was, we got to win this and how to go about it. No, I'd say he would have been it.
CHOOKA, who was the most serious bowler you experienced over your many years?
Serious bowler?
Yeah.
Geez, that's a tricky one, serious one.
Well, just winning was at all costs.
Yeah, well actually, I reckon the bowler I really enjoyed bowling with, and I bowled with a lot and I did like, but I'd say Mick Humphries.
Your best grand final win, is there one that sort of stands out? Because you've won a few, and a couple of close ones.
They're all good.
The whole lot.
I think there was one there we played at CHOOKA and we got presented with the shield and CHOOKA got hold of it and done one lap of the bloody green with it above his head. And I reckon that was a ripper.
And I went back and stood in amongst all the CHOOKA blokes, all the Moama blokes.
Do you have one club event that sort of stands out in your own mind over the years?
A
Something
club event.
Yeah, a club event win, because you've had a lot of them. It's pretty hard.
Yeah, it is hard. Oh, geez, it is.
Well.
Well, there's a lot of them really, but I got a real kick out of winning, or not winning, but getting runner-up in the Victorian Paws with Mick.
And you're in that team too, Jeff?
Yeah, probably we had a few thrills, but I reckon I got a real kick out of the first club championship I won. Probably thinking, I might never get there, and you get a kick out of that.
Jeff, your best asset as a bowler, was it mentality, skill, determination, or something else?
I just think skill, I'd put it down to. It was a natural thing. I had good judgment for weight and line, and I was a pretty handy draw bowler, and I enjoyed bowls, and I like you can get determined and get a bit grumpy, but I didn't really. So I'd put it down to skill.
What about you, CHOOKA? What do you think your best asset as a bowler was?
I think I was lucky to be born with skill.
Now, CHOOKA, while we're on you, how would you like to be remembered by your teammates?
Helpful.
Jeff?
Just that I'd like to be remembered as a good competitor.
The best lawn bowler you have both seen at Tongala, you first, CHOOKA, who was the best one that you saw?
Well, now this is a bit of a tricky one, this. I really do lean to Mick.
Jeff?
No, I thought Jeff Cameron was probably the best player I've seen around. He didn't win a lot of club championships, but he was just a great player, which his record speaks for itself.
So, when you were growing up, the brother most likely to get into trouble at home. You first, CHOOKA, who would it be?
Oh, probably me.
Jeff?
Yeah, he probably would. Ivan and me were pretty staid. CHOOKA, he just loved hunting and getting around, and he probably...
and I drank a bit.
The brother most likely to be the favourite at home. CHOOKA, who was the favourite of the parents?
Oh, geez, I couldn't pick that one.
No, I don't know. We all got on well together. There was no arguments or anything. We just we all got on well.
We were just a good family.
Who would win a fight when it came to fisticuffs?
Well,
Never took that up.
no, none of us had a fight. No arguments or anything.
I think a lot of people will find that hard to believe, but well done.
No,
it's
that's
true though.
It's the way we were brought up. Dad was an old Englishman, and
I'm glad to say he's an Englishman, not a Pom.
yeah, no, but he was, and they were sort of straight-laced, and we come up the same way. There was no arguments or anything.
The brother most likely to borrow money and not pay it back.
Well, that never happened either.
No.
We never had any money. I can remember Mum and Dad giving us 1 and 3pence and we'd push our bikes in to go to the pictures, and we never had money, so there's no fights over it.
The tidiest brother.
The
one
what?
that kept things the cleanest.
I'm stuff to
Oh, no, we were taught up to bloody, you know, keep clean, wash dishes. Our mum and dad went to England and CHOOKA was the cook and yeah, Ivan and me.
do a bit of ironing and dry
we'd
the
do it
dishes
all, we
and
just all
all
looked after each other.
Who was the ladies' man amongst the three of you?
that. Ivan.
Tell a story and could embellish on the facts. Who was the storyteller in the family?
Oh, I'd say CHOOKA, he always had yarns to tell about shooting and fishing and how big the fish were.
Who was the brother that would do the craziest things or try something a little bit left field? Jump out of a plane or something like that?
Oh no, I think CHOOKA again, he was different. Ivan and me just played tennis, you know, and followed up with bowls, and CHOOKA he was
Whatever go at
footballer and
anything.
had a go at everything.
Which brother had a temper?
None of them.
And which brother is most likely to call the ball out when it maybe wasn't on the tennis court?
You can leave me out, I never played tennis.
No, honest, I'm a great believer and I played a lot of tennis. You don't do that. Sport.